Yes, my people, welcome back to Chapel TV. Today we are talking about fear, and specifically we are trying to answer the big question for this week, which is this: is fear always a bad thing? Is fear always a bad thing? So what exactly is fear? So fear is that weird feeling you get, you know, when you're about to give like a presentation, or you're gonna speak in front of people that you know, or when you're in your room alone at night and you hear that crash, that bang, or that weird noise. Yeah, that's fear, okay? Fear is that sense of dread, that tightness you get, that wondering what's gonna happen next. But is it always a bad thing? That's the question. Well, we're gonna try and address that in the video today. But before I do that, let me ask you guys a quick question. What is something that makes you feel fear? Did you know that fear is actually a survival mechanism? It's our brain's way of keeping us safe. When we sense danger, our body releases adrenaline, and adrenaline helps us to react really quickly in dangerous situations, or at least situations we perceive as dangerous. This is what we call the fight or flight response. Pretty cool, right? But fear isn't just about life-threatening situations. It can also show up in everyday life. For instance, you can have the fear of failing a test, which can motivate you to study harder or cause you to down tools. Or you can have the fear of missing out on something, which can cause you to step out and be bold and try and make new friends or try something new, or cause you to go back into your shell and become a recluse, which is basically somebody who just keeps themselves to themselves. I wonder for you guys, what's something that you've done because of FOMO? By FOMO, I mean the fear of missing out. So fear in everyday life does happen, and sometimes it can become a bad thing when it becomes overwhelming. If fear stops you from doing what you enjoy doing, or it constantly brings about feelings of anxiety and makes you feel anxious, then it might be a problem. And the emphasis is on might be a problem. Because sometimes we feel fear even when we're going to do things that are good for us. For instance, like I said before, when you step out and try to make new friends, this can be a really anxiety-inducing experience and can cause you to have a sense of fear. Also, when you might be applying for a new job in the future, you may feel fear about applying and putting yourself out there to the world, because all humans have a sense of a fear of rejection and not being accepted by other people. Usually the best way to deal with this kind of scenario of when we feel fear is just to talk to somebody that we can trust. This may be a family member or a friend or somebody that you know really, really well that you feel you can trust. And there's other ways to deal with fear too. Sometimes the best way to deal with things in a fight or flight moment especially is just to pause, take a moment, take a deep breath and think things through. Really take time to consider what's going to be your next step and what might be the best course of action going forward. And remember, it's okay to be afraid. We all feel fear from time to time. However, the key is not to let fear control you. Remember, fear can be a motivator to do something good and can also be an overwhelming feeling that can keep you from doing things that you would really enjoy. So finally, to conclude, I wouldn't be doing my job as a chaplain if I didn't tell you at least what God thinks straight from the Bible. In the Bible and the book of Isaiah, God says, "I am with you, so do not be afraid. I am your God, so do not be upset. I will make you strong and I will help you. My powerful right hand will keep you safe." And for me as a Christian, that's a really great reminder that in whatever I go through and whatever I'm dealing with, whatever makes me feel afraid or feel anxious, I can trust the big man upstairs to take care of things for me. And he will take care of things for you too. So to conclude, is fear always a bad thing? No, not necessarily. But it's important to always keep it in check. Remember, fear doesn't control you, you control you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, my people, take care, don't stress, and stay blessed. Peace!